Hello everybody, today back in another video. Oh boy, my tennis friends all around the world. We have the final on Sunday. We have the final that probably is the dream final. Yeah guys, we who love tennis, of course not the Novak Djokovic fans, because the Novak Djokovic fans, they most likely didn't want to face Carlos Alcaraz on Sunday, because they know that facing Carlos Alcaraz on Sunday will be a huge challenge, but we tennis fans, tennis lovers who wants to see great matches, we think that this is a dream final on Sunday. The current GOAT Novak Djokovic against the future GOAT Carlos Alcaraz. The greatest tennis player of all time, Novak Djokovic, against maybe the future greatest tennis player of all time, Carlos Alcaraz. The defending champion, Carlos Alcaraz, who won Wimbledon last year as 20 years old of age, against the 7 times Wimbledon champion Novak Djokovic, the youngest tennis player to ever win 3 different Grand Slam titles on 3 different surfaces, hard court, grass and clay, Carlos Alcaraz, against the all-time Grand Slam leader with 24 Grand Slam titles, Novak Djokovic. What can we say more about this match? So much stake on the line, so much history on the line. If Novak wins this match on Sunday, it will be his 25th Grand Slam title in his career. Man, what a huge victory that will be for him if he will able to win this match on Sunday. It will be his 25th Grand Slam title of his career, and equally Margaret Court's all-time record, the human being who has won the most majors in the history of tennis, even though that she won majority of them in not professional era. But anyway, of course, I rank Novak's Grand Slam titles much higher than hers. But it will be a fun and great statistic for Novak to have. Really, it will be Novak's 13th Grand Slam title in his 30s, one more than he got in his 20s. In his 20s he got 12. In his 30s he has 12 as well. And he will get also revenge from Carlos Alcaraz's defeat from last year's Wimbledon, when he lost against Carlos Alcaraz in that epic 5-set thriller, which Novak Djokovic lost in the end, and lost that 5th set against Carlos Alcaraz 6-4. Yeah, so much things are on the line, so high excitement. This is the clash of the titans, even though it's a huge difference in age here. Novak is 37 years old of age, Carlos is 21, so Novak is 16 years older than Carlos Alcaraz. This just shows what kind of a beast Novak really is. It really shows what kind of an animal he really is. It really shows what kind of a machine he really is. It really shows what kind of a Terminator he really is. It really shows what kind of a predator he really is, to be able to still compete with these young gents and with these young superstars. All respect to Medvedev, Tsitsipas, Zverev, Dominic Thiem, you name it, baby. Carlos Alcaraz is better than all of them. Zverev, Tsitsipas, Medvedev, Thiem, those 4 players have 2 Grand Slam titles together. And those 2 are Medvedev with 1, Dominic Thiem with 1. Carlos Alcaraz has alone more Grand Slam titles than those 4 dudes. That shows what kind of a beast Carlos Alcaraz is. Already this young, 21 years only, and being this good. I've speak about this many times during my videos, and I've speak about his unbelievable consistency level that he has, going deep in every single major. He's much harder to defeat in best of 5 sets than the case is in best of 3 sets, which kind of shows that he has the big 3 level. The big 3 also was that kind of way. Djokovic, Nadal and Federer, they were easier defeating in best of 3 sets than the case is and was to defeat them in best of 5 sets. Carlos Alcaraz is showing that kind of a level like the big three. Because why? Because he is at their level. He's even better than them when the big three were in Carlos' age. But the big question for Carlos will he be better than them when he gets older? Will he be as healthy as them when he will get older? Especially as healthy as Federer and as Djokovic. Because we know Nadal has had a lot of injuries. So that is a question that we don't know and we can predict. But when it comes Carlos being better than big three in the same age, when the big three was 21 years old, Carlos is much better than those three. He's really much better than those three. Or what do you say? Carlos has 21 years of old age. He has 3 majors already. If you compare the big three, when they were 21 years, Federer had 1 Grand Slam title. Djokovic had 1 Grand Slam title. Nadal had 3 Grand Slam titles when their big three were at the age as Carlos is at the current moment. And Nadal's 3 Grand Slam titles, they were all in same Grand Slam, which was French Open, 2005, 2006, and 2007. Carlos has won 3 as 21 years in 3 different surfaces. So, who is the better, Carlos or the big three at the same age? This is not even any discussion. So that's why this match has all the potential to be great on Sunday, and that's why this match is so much stake on the line, so much history on the line. Carlos can win his 4 Grand Slam title. In his 4 Grand Slam final, he has never lost a Grand Slam final in his career. He doesn't know how it feels to lose Grand Slam finals. He's a big time player. He's a big match player. He has said that you don't play finals, you win them. That is Carlos Alcaraz quote. And he is delivering, my tennis friends all on the world. Yes, he has lost some finals here and there, but those are very easy to count, and it is not many finals he has lost, and those finals he has lost, they have been outside of Grand Slam finals. But when it comes to Grand Slam finals, he has won all of them. So Novak Djokovic knows that he has a huge mountain to climb on Sunday. Huge one. And not to forget that he also knows that it was Carlos Alcaraz who defeated him in last year's Wimbledon final. Djokovic knows that. Djokovic knows. And Djokovic also knows that Carlos Alcaraz doesn't have any holes in his game. He has the whole package. Novak himself has commented after the Wimbledon final loss last year. He said that it feels like he has all 3 worlds. Some attributes from my side, some attributes from Nadal, and some attributes from Federer. So you have all 3 ingredients of players from the big 3, Nadal, Federer, and Djokovic, in one. And which is that? It is Carlos Alcaraz. Is he the chosen one to become, in the future, the greatest tennis player of all time? Is he that? We don't know. We for sure know one thing. On Sunday, the greatest tennis player of all time, at the current moment, Novak Djokovic, is facing maybe the greatest tennis player of all time in the future, Carlos Alcaraz. We know on Sunday that the best tennis player of all time, Novak Djokovic, will go against the best tennis player of this time, Carlos Alcaraz. So that is enough of this presentation. Let's talk about my preview, my thoughts, and what I think will happen on Sunday. Who is the favorite? Who is the favorite according to me? And according to many people around the world, tennis maniacs around the world, and odds, betting odds, or whatever you call it, who is the favorite on Sunday? You know what I've said last couple of months, and at least especially last couple of months. Even when this Wimbledon started almost 2 weeks ago, I said that Novak Djokovic is not my number 1 pick to win this tournament. He's not my number 2 pick, and he has delivered. He has not proven me wrong whatsoever. He has made it to the final. And the reason I had him as my number 2nd pick was because he ended up in the bottom section of the draw. Of course, he will end up in the bottom section of the draw because he's the second seed, but he avoided Carlos on his side of the draw. Carlos ended up on Sinner's side. And I thought that Novak doesn't need to face Carlos before the final, and the other players who are on Novak's side, he can handle them, and he will make it to the final. Even though he came back just after injury, and we all know he had a surgery on his right knee just after the French Open. He didn't even finish the French Open. He pulled out after he won the fourth round. When I saw him practicing 1 week before Wimbledon started, I even did a video and I said Novak is playing Wimbledon. Novak is not in London just to be a tourist. And I was right. He played Wimbledon and he has made it to the final. So he has delivered what I believed. But when I did my video 2 weeks ago, my top 8 favorite list, I was thinking about 2 players who I believed really will win Wimbledon. And I thought about that for 1 day. I'm serious, for 1 day. I was thinking to myself, who should I put first? Alcaraz or Sinner? Alcaraz or Sinner? Alcaraz or Sinner? It was a tremendously hard decision for me to make, and in the end I made it. I said Sinner, I will put him first. Because I believe that Sinner and Alcaraz will face each other in the semifinal, and then Sinner, because of the surface, because of that Sinner has a bigger serve than Alcaraz, he will defeat Alcaraz in that semifinal match, and also defeat Djokovic in that final. We all know what happened. Sinner crashed out against Medvedev in the quarterfinal, so Alcaraz never needed to face Sinner in the semifinal, so Alcaraz instead faced Medvedev. So when Medvedev took out Sinner in the quarterfinal, I immediately made up my mind and said, Alcaraz is winning the damn thing now. He's winning the entire Wimbledon now. He's my number 1 pick for me to win the Wimbledon. So, according to this analysis, who do I have as the favorite on Sunday? I have Alcaraz as the favorite. Yeah. Of course, Djokovic can win the match. Would I be shocked or surprised if Djokovic wins the final on Sunday? Of course not. How can you be shocked or surprised if a player who has won this kind of tournament 24 times before win it for the 25th time? No, of course not. But I just think that Alcaraz, with the explosiveness that he has, with the powerful game that he has, with the firepower that he has, with the shot-making skills that he has, with the speed demon that he is, with the heavy ground strokes that he has, with the confidence that he has. He's also confident, don't forget about that. He's confident. He's a confident player. And with a big match player that he is, and Grand Slam final that he has never lost before. Yeah, I know he will lose eventually Grand Slam finals in the future. Nobody has ever won all of the Grand Slam finals. He will lose also Grand Slam finals. He will do it. He will not win all his Grand Slam finals the entire of his life in forever time. No, that will not happen. He's human after all. Carlos Alcaraz as well. But at the current moment, Carlos Alcaraz, being 16 years younger than Djokovic. I've done a video 1 month ago, 5 weeks ago, something like that, especially after Djokovic was forced to withdraw from French Open after his 4th round match with a right knee injury. I did the video, I said that Djokovic has won his last Grand Slam title. The reasons why I said that, do you know why? Of 2 reasons. 1, due to his age. Tennis is not an young man's sport. It's an old man's sport. I'm sorry. Tennis is not an old man's sport. Tennis is a young man's sport. Djokovic has already done a tremendously, unbelievable great job in winning 12 majors in his 30s. But when you crack, when you come to that 37 years, like Djokovic is now, things start to happen. It is not any coincidence that Djokovic has not won he has not defeated one single top 10 opponent this year. I don't know if you guys know it, but if you don't, you know that now. He has not defeated one single top 10 player this year, Novak Djokovic. The entire 2024. So that is the reason, one reason, that I've said 1 month ago, 5 weeks ago, that Djokovic will not win his 25th Grand Slam title. His age. The second reason is Alcaraz and Sinner. These are the two reasons, no other reasons. He still can defeat the other dudes, Medvedev, Tsitsipas, Zverev. He can defeat them. But Zverev, Medvedev, Tsitsipas, they are not in Sinner's and definitely not in Alcaraz level. They are not. They really are not. Alcaraz, he is serious business. He is the real deal, my tennis friends all around the world. And you guys who believe that, because I read a lot of comments, not only in my videos, but other videos as well, tennis related. Many of you guys thought that, Alcaraz's victory last year against Djokovic was a fluke. So that's why I'm really happy that we see this match on Sunday. We will find out on Sunday if Alcaraz's victory last year against Djokovic in that Wimbledon final 2023, was it really a fluke? Was it really a fluke? Alcaraz will answer that question on Sunday. If he defeats Djokovic in another Wimbledon final, you can't call Alcaraz Wimbledon victories a fluke for the second time. You can't call it. Anyway, my two biggest reasons and my only reasons that I've said 6 weeks ago, why I don't believe Djokovic wins another major is because of his age and because of Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner, and he particularly Carlos Alcaraz. Do you know what? I am completely convinced that Djokovic, he fears Carlos more than Sinner. Yeah, I really believe so. If Carlos and Sinner would have faced each other in the semi-final, and if Djokovic would have chosen who to face in that final, because I don't want even to make any discussion who Djokovic wanted to win the semi-final between Medvedev and Carlos. I don't think this is even worth speaking. We all know the answer, who Djokovic wanted to win that semi-final. Carlos or Medvedev? Of course Medvedev, for God's sakes. So if Carlos would have faced Sinner in the semi-final, Djokovic would have wished to face Sinner in the final instead than Carlos. After all, Sinner defeated Djokovic in the semi-final at the Australian Open earlier this year, but Sinner is not as dynamic, as explosive, as powerful player as Carlos is. He really is not. I have got questions when people ask me. I have not answered because sometimes I forget answering, sometimes I don't have time. Who do I believe will have the better career? And who will end with most majors, Sinner or Alcaraz? Alcaraz. Alcaraz, I believe, the player who will end with most majors between these two. The only reason I can see Sinner ending his career with more majors than Alcaraz is if Alcaraz just body completely breaks down with injuries, and that can happen because injuries is a big. It can ruin many tennis players' career. And we all know that Alcaraz already has a couple of injuries in his already young career. So that is the only way I can see Sinner having and ending his career with more majors than Alcaraz. But if Alcaraz is healthy, Alcaraz will win more majors than Sinner. Anyway, Djokovic would have a much easier time facing Sinner in the Wimbledon final than Alcaraz. Alcaraz, he has the whole package, man. I've talked about this so many times. He can hurt you. If you keep the ball short, you are dead, man. You are toast. So, for me on Sunday, the favorite is Alcaraz. Due to his age, he's 16 years younger than Djokovic. And due to his powerful explosiveness and unbelievable court coverage that he has on a tennis court. It is hard hitting through him because of his quickness. He's a speed demon. It is he asks you so many questions. You need to have great depth on the ball, because if you keep the ball short, it is hasta la vista, baby. He will make a lot of winners. It is hard acing him. He has great returns. It is hard doing serving winners immediately after your serve because he has great returns. And if this was not enough, he has unbelievable offensive skills as well. He can defeat you by extending rallies. He can extend rallies. He can defeat you with 1-2 punch with his surplus game. He can defeat you at the net. He's great at the net. He can defeat you from the baseline. He has all kind of tools in his bag how to defeat you. But he's not unbeatable, Alcaraz. No, absolutely not. He's not. But to be able to beat him, you need to come up with great strategy. And I think that Djokovic will do all of his power to come up with a great strategy. The first strategy that he needs to have, it is not Novak's game, but he needs to have it. Because like I said, Carlos is the favorite here. So I will speak about how Novak can beat Carlos. Novak, first of all, he needs to serve tremendously good. 67% landing first serves in against Lorenzo Musetti was good. He needs to be close to 70 against Carlos. Close to, for sure over 65. He cannot be under 65. That is the first thing. But it is not enough only landing the serve. He needs to serve accurately. He needs to spot serve. He needs to find the spots. Because if he doesn't find the spots, he will not have an easy time holding his serves. Because Carlos Alcaraz, what did I say in the beginning of the video? I said that Djokovic is the greatest serve-netter of all time. But is he the best serve-netter of this time at the current moment? No. I think that players like Carlos and Sinner, especially Carlos, has better returns than Djokovic at the current moment. At the current moment I'm talking about, not of all time. Of all time we know that it is Djokovic who is the greatest serve-netter of all time. So, and that's why Djokovic, he doesn't only need to have a high percentage of first serve, he only needs to have the spots. The spots needs to be there. So Carlos cannot have a racket on the ball. That is the first thing. The second thing is Djokovic, he needs to kiss the baseline. He needs to hug the baseline, which is good of doing. But even more against Carlos, he cannot be passive here. He needs to take charge. He needs to boss Carlos Alcaraz around. He needs to be offensive. He needs to attack the net. Even though the Carlos is a great passing shot player, but Djokovic needs to come out of his comfort zone. Djokovic cannot play safe against Carlos. He cannot go in natural baseline rallies against Carlos, because if he does that, Carlos will outpower him, because Carlos has more power than Djokovic. Djokovic needs to play a match on Sunday that is outside of his comfort zone. Djokovic needs to be brave enough to get outside of his comfort zone he needs to find the serves. He needs to have high percentage of first serves in with great spots. And when he has the third shot to attack, the so-called, his Novak's serve plus game needs to be on the top of his game. And he needs to take charge immediately. He cannot be passive. If he gets passive, he will be punished. And also needs to attack the net. 56 times he attacked the net against Lorenzo Musetti. That was huge. Maybe he needs to attack the net that many times against Carlos as well. At least around those numbers. 50 plus times. Because off the ground, I really believe that Carlos is better than Djokovic. Djokovic, from the baseline, is not taking Carlos. He really is not. Carlos is more powerful than Djokovic. Carlos is faster than Djokovic. Carlos is better at the net than Djokovic. Djokovic keys to win this match is serving big, playing and kissing the baseline, and playing offensive and attacking the net. And also, of course, being really steady up here. And as older you get, as more nervous you get. Djokovic will be nervous on Sunday. He knows it is as older you get, as also closer and closer you are to not winning majors. You win majors more when you're younger, when you're stronger, when you're fresher. You don't win, especially when you hit the 37 years old. When you win 37 years old, Federer didn't win any major when he was 37 years old. Nadal will never win any major when you're 37 years old. Only one player has won a bloody major when he was 37 years old, and that was Ken Roswell, the Australian Open. So that is also a testament and a proof to us how difficult it is winning majors when you are this old, like Djokovic is. So Djokovic needs, and Djokovic also cannot play close with Carlos. If Djokovic plays close with Carlos, Djokovic is not winning this match. Djokovic needs to be 2 sets to love up to win this match. Look at the history. When players has been 2 sets to love up, they have defeated Carlos. Sasha Zverev back in 2022, he was 2 sets to love up. At French Open, he defeated Carlos in 4 sets. Daniil Medvedev, 2023 US Open, he was 2 sets to love up against Carlos Alcaraz. He defeated Carlos in 4 sets. Sasha Zverev, earlier this year at Australian Open, in the quarterfinal, was 2 sets to love up against Carlos Alcaraz. He defeated Carlos in 4 sets. So when you are 2 sets to love up against Carlos, then you have huge chance of defeating him. But if the matches are close, 1-1, you more likely will lose. And if you go to in the 5th set, you will lose 99%. 90% you will lose. We all know Alcaraz record in 5 sets. When he goes to the distance, he's 12-1. 12-1. He has lost only 1 match out of 13 that he has played when the matches have gone to 5 sets. The head-to-head is 3-2 to Djokovic, which I, by the way, forgot to mention. The last 2 times they face each other, Djokovic has defeated him in straight sets, actually. Not a straight set. In Cincinnati last year, he lost the 1st set and then won the 2nd and 3rd in tie breaks. And by the way, saved 1 match point there in the Cincinnati final last year, which was an unbelievable battle. And also last year, in that ATP Tour Finals match in semi-final, Djokovic defeated Carlos in straight set 6-3, 6-2. But it was a huge serving Djokovic. It is kind of at that level Djokovic needs to produce on Sunday. He needs to serve huge. What does Carlos need to do here? Who is the favorite according to me? Carlos, he needs to play his game. He has such firepower. He's such a shot maker. He does so many winners. 55 winners against Medvedev and only 37 unforced errors. He does 18 more winners than unforced errors against Medvedev. He needs to have better starts in matches, Carlos Alcaraz. That is a key for Carlos. He didn't have the greatest start against Tommy Paul in the quarterfinal, lost the 1st set. He didn't have the greatest start against Daniil Medvedev in the semifinal, lost the 1st set. He needs to have a little better starts here because now he's facing Djokovic. Djokovic is not Tommy Paul. Djokovic is not Daniil Medvedev. Djokovic is the greatest tennis player of all time. So I'm not saying that Carlos cannot defeat Djokovic even if he loses the 1st set, because of course he can. He showed that also in last year's Wimbledon final when Carlos lost the 1st set 6-1, and then we all know what happened. But for sure, if Carlos loses the 1st set, it will not make his life easy. So Carlos, key, he needs to have better starts, and especially against a player like Djokovic, because Djokovic, he will be hungry on Sunday. He knows that him winning the 25th Grand Slam title are becoming harder and harder. Maybe who knows, maybe this is Novak's last chance. Who knows? Who knows? Who bloody knows? He's not getting younger, Novak. So Djokovic will be firing in all cylinders on Sunday. He will do his homework. I don't think Djokovic will be passive on Sunday. Because if Djokovic is passive on Sunday, he's stupid. He's really stupid. He will get eaten like breakfast if Djokovic is passive on Sunday. So Carlos, he needs to be firing all cylinders on Sunday. He needs to get off to a great start. He needs to serve better than he did against Medvedev. He had only 57% first serve sin against Medvedev, Carlos Alcaraz. I'm not saying that he cannot defeat Djokovic if he's under 60%. Of course he can do, because Carlos Alcaraz has such great game off the ground with his heavy ground strokes, both forehand and backhand. So he can still defeat even Djokovic with under 60%. But it will be much harder defeating Djokovic in landing serves under 60% than it was the case against Medvedev. So that is the Carlos keys. He needs to have a great start. He needs to serve big, have over 60% of in landing first serves. And also he needs to not go so much up and down in matches, because he goes up and down in his level, Carlos. He can do a bad first set and then he can raise his level, so he can be sometimes a roller coaster. He needs to be more leveled up in his level. He cannot give Novak Djokovic gifts, because if he gives Novak Djokovic gifts, it can cost him the match. So that, and also mentally, he needs to really be strong mentally. This match will be one of the players who is stronger mentally. And who do I believe is stronger mentally? To be quite honest, I believe Carlos is stronger than Djokovic mentally at this current time. Not in general. But I think that nerves will come into Novak's skin more than against Carlos. Because Carlos knows he has 10, 15 years of tennis ahead of him because he's so young, 21 years only. Djokovic knows that this can maybe be his last chance winning his 25th Grand Slam title. So with all this said, who do I believe will execute these kind of things better? Carlos or Djokovic? I believe Carlos will execute it better. I believe Carlos will be more steady up here. He will be less nervous than Djokovic. This match is so big for Novak, so much stake on the line, so much history on the line for him, extending his all-time record in Grand Slams, equaling Roger Federer's 8 Wimbledon titles, equaling Margaret Court's record as a human being who has won most majors in tennis with 24. Not equaling, breaking. He has already equaled Margaret Court. Breaking Margaret's court. So many things on the line for Novak. So I think Novak will be nervous. So with all this said, but I think this match will be close. I don't think it will be close. I will say Carlos Alcaraz win this final on Sunday in 5 sets. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, see you next time. Peace.